What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel and the video review of the Kingkong Et125, the 125 millimeter micro FPV racer. This is the biggest of the trio of the ET series by Kingkong. We had the ET100, ET115, and now we have the ET125. This one comes in at a price of $124 with a receiver and $119 without a receiver. So for $5 more, I would go for the one that comes with a receiver. But however, this one that was shipped to me was the PNP version, which did not come with the receiver. So what I've done was open up the canopy and checked it out, and it was already pre-wired for a DSM receiver. Yeah, so what I did was I took the DSM receiver off of my ET115 and clicked it onto here, and we were already bound with the model that I set up with the ET115. So everything is all perfect. Center points are just right. So I'm going to go ahead and fly this thing with my Taranis QX7S once again with the orange RX external module. Now this one comes in at about 93 grams, guys, and the motors on this baby here are the same as the ET115. They are the 1104 7500 kV motors, but the props are the bigger props. Now this is the one that comes with the 2840 props, and the Kingkong 115 came with the 2345 props, and all of the internals are the same in all the three configurations, the ET100, ET115, and ET125. They all share the same camera, the VTX, the ESCs, and the flight controller. So the flight controller is the Pico BLX F3 flight controller, and the ESCs are the 4-in-1 BLHeli-S 10 amp ESCs, and the camera is the 800 TV line CMOS sensor 150 degree field of view camera, and the VTX is same as well on all three models. It is the 5.8 gigahertz VTX. It has 16 channels, and it is 25 and 100 milliwatts switchable VTX. But this one here comes with a battery that is the same size as the Kingkong ET115. They are providing us with just one of these 550 milliamp GNB battery, 80C to 160C two-cell battery. So we're going to do some test flights with this battery here. And yesterday I flew the ET115 with the other battery, the smaller size battery, the 450 milliamp size battery, which looks, the shape of it is just like this. I have a bunch of those, and they did very well with it. I flew for about 30 minutes or so, and the initial line of sight that I done with the ET115, for some reason I used this battery here, the one that came with it, but somehow when I charged it up on my parallel board, the plug didn't connect correctly. So as I thought the battery was fully charged, it wasn't even connected. So I did a hover test earlier with that same particular battery, and it did okay. So I've wasted a little bit of battery power on that battery, and I did that line of sight test with that battery on the ET115, and that is the reason why it dropped from the sky at 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the flight. It wasn't fully charged, but as I have found out. So I've already double checked each of these batteries, single, one at a time, and they all have full charge. So we should be good to go today instead of falling from the sky prematurely. So let's go for that line of sight test flight with the ET125. All right, so we are ready to go with the Kingkong ET125, but as you can see, I got the Kingkong ET model set to 115 because I didn't have to create a new model because I'm using the receiver that came on for the Kingkong ET115. But this time around, what I do have is of course I have the orange RX module in the back, but I have put in a little bit bigger antenna because I had some dropout issues with this orange RX not going the distance. Right after about 100 meters I had that dropout of the Kingkong ET115, so hopefully nothing happens to this one here. So let's go ahead and take off. Everything is bound, ready to go, so let's go ahead and check this baby out. Let me reset the timer here to 3 minutes. It seems a lot quieter with these props. Okay, let's see. I don't know if it has more power than the ET115. It's about the same, but I feel like it's got more lift. And I'm pitching it all the way forward, and it's just cruising. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Oh yeah. Man, all three of them are nice. That's creating a big problem. Which one to get? Wow. All right, so let me do a little punch out. Wow. You know what? I've kind of was wondering why Kingkong went with the same motors on the 125 as the 115. I was thinking maybe they should have put a little bit bigger size motors and made this into a monster hoop. But this is good enough. Okay, there's the buzzer. So let's go ahead and bring this baby in. Yeah, lots of speed and good control. There's no breeze at the moment, just a little bit. Let me try the Acro. Nice, nice. All right, all right. We're doing it. So quiet. All right, I think we're gonna go ahead and land it now and 30. Do some FPV with it. Okay, so I got 30 seconds left. Yeah, so the battery is now fully charged. Yeah. 20. Very nice, very nice. Can't seem to bring it down. Okay, let's go ahead and bring it down. 9, 8, 7, 6. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, here we go with the first FPV flight with the Kingkong 125 arming, and let's check this baby out. Hopefully the antenna on my Orange RX is better than the small antenna that it came with. Okay, very smooth, very glidey because of the bigger size and the bigger props, and these props do have a lot of lift. And it is very smooth. Very nice. A breeze is kicking in a little bit. Well, this is a nice one too, guys. Man, Kingkong, man. Whew. Coming out with all these nice models. Very airy, so you get lots of hang time with this one. So I don't know if this is going to be a very good indoor flyer. I've flown the 100 indoors and that one did fantastic. I flew the 115 indoors and that one has so much power and lift. I was hitting the ceiling in the beginning until I kind of got used to the throttle. But yeah, too much power for indoors. And this one here is shaped like a indoor tiny hoop, but man, this is an outdoor hoop. Okay, the beeper just went off on that little punch, so let's keep it down. And we are getting almost 30 minutes of flight time with these 550s. And I was also getting about 3 minutes of flight time with the 450s on the 115. 9, 8, 7, so I'm not going to wait 6, until it drops. 5, 4, 3, very nice. 2, very nice. Awesome. There you go. 3-minute warning. And we are landing this baby here. Nice. That's the first flight with the 2S battery on the Kingkong Et125. Alright, we got a 3S battery attached to the Kingkong 125. It's just the 350 milliamp GMB battery, so we are good for about good 2 minutes of flight with this size battery here. It could probably use a bigger battery. It is a pretty big quadcopter, so the 115 did pretty good with the 3S, so I'm going to test it out with 3S on this one too and see what the effects of it is on the motors. And we are good to go. I've already bound it, so let's check it out. There we go. All right. Nice and punchy now. Wow. Oh, the beeper just went off at the top of the throttle. Yeah, lots of power on the 3S, guys. So this series can be all flown with 3S just about, but I didn't try it out on the 100 because of the smaller size motors. But very punchy and very floaty on 3S on this one here on the 125. Wow. I can't throttle all the way because it just goes up in altitude here. So I gotta gradually get some speed going. There we go. Very nice, very nice. All right, so lots of power on 3S. And let's go ahead and bring it down once it gets to a point where it's going to drop. Wow. Yep. Very nice, very nice. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and bring this baby in now. Man, it's just so floaty with just a little bit of throttle on 3S. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring this baby in. Okay, let's check the motors. Just a little warm. I wouldn't say it is hot either, but I think it's just about the same as the 115. The temperature of the motors. Now it has cooled down completely, just about. So on the warm side, on the verge of becoming hot, but not hot yet. So right around there. This motor is still a little warm. These guys are already cold. Yeah, this motor for some reason is a little bit warmer than the rest. But yeah, this thing can handle the 3S. Just wait in between consecutive flights with the 3S, so it gives the motors time to cool down. Alright, so let's go ahead and slap on another 3S battery of the same size and check out the Fpv Flight with the Kingkong Et125. Alright, just about ready to go with the Kingkong Et125 with the 3S battery. Okay, arming. Whoa, it just takes right off with the touch of the throttle here. Man, I hear the beeper going off already with the full punch out. But wow, this thing can handle the 3S, and it is giving you a lot of speed here, man. Lots of hang time. Man, this thing is like flying a regular racer with the ducted fan design. Yep. It's a monster hoop. Okay, I got a constant buzzer, so let's bring it in. That is about the flight time. All right. That is the flight with the 3S battery on the Kingkong Et125. Now, let's check the motors. And the motors are not bad. Yeah, slightly on the hot side now because I was just punching it. Yeah, the left rear motor is the hottest of them all for some reason still. And the front right motor is the coolest. And it is still on the warm side. And now it is finally cooling down to a point where it's just nice and on the bottom part of being warm, and some of the motors are already cooled down. All right, so that is about it, guys. All right, just got done flying the Kingkong Et125, and what can I say about this quadcopter here? It's just a super fantastic quadcopter by Kingkong. All three of them in the ET series did just fantastic. I've flown the ET100, the ET115, and now the ET125, and this one has a lot of lift due to the size and the prop size as well. I still think they could have gone a little bit bigger on the motors, but it did just fine. And I've flown it with the given 550 milliamp size battery, 2-cell, and it did fantastic, and that's more than enough power in my opinion. But you could fly it with the 3S, and I've flown it with the 350. Gave me about 2 minutes of flight time, so you could actually go bigger in size in the milliamp if you want to fly it for a little bit longer period of time. Now the Kingkong ET100, I was able to fly it indoors without any problem, but with the Kingkong ET115, it had a little bit too much power for the indoors in my opinion. I was hitting the ceiling until I got kind of used to my throttle control, and this one probably will do the same thing until you get that throttle control under your control, so to speak. Anyways, just a fantastic trio, the series of ET by Kingkong. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more flying now with the 450 milliamp size battery. It did pretty good with the Kingkong ET115, so I'm going to check it out a little bit more. So that is it for now. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, and we will see you again next time.